Comparing and ordering fractions. What is the teacher's favorite food?
Mashed potatoes.
Comparing and ordering fractions is today's lesson. The Indiana Academic Standard is 7.1.2. A least common denominator, or LCD, of two or more fractions is the least common multiple, LCM, of their denominators. In other words, the smallest number that both the denominators go into evenly. To compare fractions, we're going to cross-multiply. We multiply the diagonals and then compare the results. We're not going to find a common denominator to compare fractions. So you can cross this out, but we are going to compare 7/12 and 5/9. We start by multiplying 9 times 7. 9 times 7 is 63. Now we multiply 12 times 5. 12 times 5 is 60. Now we compare 63 to 60. 63 is greater than 60, so 7/12 is greater than 5/9. Pause the video at this time if you need more time to finish this part of the notes. Don't forget to write a question. I will be checking this in class tomorrow. Let's do these quick check problems together. We're going to rewrite them so that we have enough room to do our cross multiplying. We'll start with 3/4 compared to 5/6. Remember, we're going to start by cross multiplying. So, 3 times 6 is 18. 4 times 5 is 20. 18 compared to 20, 18 is less than 20. So 3/4 is less than 5/6. Now we'll compare B, 1/6 to 2/9. 9 times 1 is 9. 6 times 2 is 12. 9 compared to 12, 9 is less than 12. So 1/6 is less than 2/9. Try C on your own. Pause the video, then start it again to check it. 4/10 compared to 3/8. Cross multiply. 8 times 4 is 32. 10 times 3 is 30. 32 is greater than 30. So 4/10 is greater than 3/8. Pause the video at this time if you need more time to finish this part of the notes. Don't forget to write a question. I will be checking this in class tomorrow. When you're comparing more than two fractions, it's probably easier to find a common denominator. Remember, common denominator is a number that all the denominators will go into. Let's take a look at this first choice. Giselda wants to paint her room. She found 3/5 gallon of yellow paint, 2/3 gallon of blue paint, and 1/2 gallon of green paint. Which list shows the fractions in order from least to greatest? We have to have a common denominator for 2, 3, and 5. I find my common denominators by looking at the biggest denominator. Can 2 and 3 go into 5? No. So I start listing out my multiples of 5. With 5, 10. 3 won't go into 10, so that won't work. 15 is the next one. Again, 2 won't go into that one. The next multiple of 5 is 20. 3 won't go into 20. My next multiple is 25. 2 won't go into 25. My next multiple is 30. 2 goes into 30, and 3 goes into 30. So my least common denominator is 30. So we're going to rewrite each fraction so that it has a denominator of 30. For 3/5, we're going to multiply both the numerator and denominator by 6. So we end up with 18/30. For 2/3, we're going to multiply the numerator and denominator by 10. So we end up with 20/30. And for 1/2, we're going to multiply the numerator and denominator by 15. So we end up with 15/30. We can then compare them and put them in order from least to greatest. 15/30 is the smallest fraction, 18/30 is in the middle, and 20/30 is the largest fraction. We can then rewrite them in their simplified form. So 1/2 gallon is the smallest amount, 3/5 is in the middle, and 2/3 is the largest amount of paint. So the order is 1/2, 3/5, and 2/3. So the correct answer choice is C. Pause the video at this time if you need more time to finish this part of the notes. Don't forget to write a question. I will be checking this in class tomorrow. Try this quick check problem on your own. You're going to have to find a common denominator. I'll give you a hint. It's one of the denominators that's already listed. Now check your work. The common denominator of 1/4, 3/8, 5/16, and 5/32 is 32. So you're going to have to convert 1/4, 3/8, and 5/16 into a fraction over 32. For 1/4, you're going to multiply the numerator and denominator both by 8. So 1 times 8 is 8, and 4 times 8 is 32. That gives us our common denominator of 32. For 3/8, we're going to multiply both the numerator and denominator by 4, because 8 times 4 is 32, so 3 times 4 is 12. For 5/16, we're going to multiply the numerator and denominator both by 2, because 16 times 2 is 32. So 5 times 2 is 10. So we end up with 10 over 32. Now we can put them in order from least to greatest. 5/32 would be smallest, then 8 over 32, 10 over 32, and finally 12 over 32. So if you go back to the original fractions, the order would be 5 over 32, 1/4, 5/16, and 3/8. That concludes today's lesson. Be sure that you have all of the notes copied down. Make sure that you have a question for tomorrow. And go enjoy your math potatoes.